Hey guys, how's it going? It's that Fly Guy. I just want to take a minute to address a few things, a few worldly matters. I've already addressed a few of them on Twitter. You already know, bro. Hold on, let me fix the light real quick. Let me just turn one off. Okay, that's way too dark. Hold up. But yeah, that's all I was saying. So, currently the world is in a terrible state. I don't want to say it's burning or it's apocalypse, but it's kind of like what I imagine it to be. Like people out here going raiding, looting stuff. There's a disease wiping out hundreds of thousands of people. There's just a lot of things in general. 2020 that makes it a bad year. Yeah. So my friend Mark, he actually sent me a video of what's going like what they're starting to do now. I'm gonna just let it play for y'all right now.
No, there's more. Look at this. They just keep coming.
Go inside! Get inside! Get inside! Get inside! Get in your house now! Let's go! Light him up! Go inside now! Get in the house!
Get in, get in, get in, get in, get in, get in. Get in.
Yeah, that's wild. So they're literally firing at people just for barely stepping out their houses, like because they're taking this extremely seriously over the deaths of George Floyd. Which, long story short, if you don't know who he is, I'm gonna give a brief explanation. If you want to research and go do the research on your own, you can go ahead. But he's a black man that pretty much was innocent. He died while being restrained by not restrained, but like, well, no, he was pretty much executed. Let's just be honest. He was executed. Apparently he was having a heart attack. Autopsy said, but that person could have been lying. But long story short, he couldn't breathe. The officer had a knee on his neck for no reason at all, and everybody just sat there and watched, and then he ended up dying. Now I'm not gonna lie, George wasn't completely innocent. He did get in trouble, I think, for frauding a check, but he wasn't out here killing anybody. Like this guy right here. That school shooter, who instead of dying, you know what happened to him? He got arrested for the rest of his life, but he's not dead. You get the point, right? He's not dead. Okay. Now I don't say anybody deserves death. I'm saying we don't let black people walk around simply, but we let people who are actually dangerous to the world. George wasn't doing nothing wrong, man. Man was a rapper. Um, Man had a wife or fiance. I don't think he was married yet, but I mean, like obviously, like he probably didn't expect that day to be his last day. But he probably expected to go to jail for fraud in the check, I guess. But I mean, aside from that, he was pretty much fine with dealing with the consequences of his actions. I'm not gonna show the clip, YouTube and whatnot, probably take video down, but he literally wasn't resisting. The cops just took it upon themselves to execute him. It's just as simple as that. And then we have, aside from that, you know what else we have, guys? We have those stupid people, right, who think that protesting and rioting are the same thing. So we have the people that think that rioting is actually helping George's cause. So the naive ones, the naive but ignorant ones, right? And then we have the people who are using it as an excuse to act out. Now, there's a difference between protesting and rioting. See, they're only making it bad for the people who are legitimately protesting and try to prove a point, who are peacefully protesting, who are just sitting down with signs or whatever. They're getting blasted, not with, I mean, I guess it's tear gas. They're getting blasted with, okay, they're basically getting blasted all because of people who want to go out and use a man's death as an excuse for them to try to improve, not even improve, but like, yeah, I would say like what they think is improving their life. Like they're not even stealing stuff that is essential. Most of them aren't even stealing stuff that's essential, like clothes, food, like not clothes. Oh my God, like food, and things you need to live or stuff they need. They're stealing like materialistic things, like a Gucci, like from the Gucci, like in Atlanta, they sold from the Gucci store, like the mall of Louis Vuitton, like for the what's the store called? They're stealing from a bunch of designer stores, basically. You know what I'm saying? They're not stealing anything that they actually need, and they're just doing it pointlessly. Why? Because they feel like it's a form of protesting, or they're using that as an excuse, which is stupid. Like that's like when Kobe died and people were trying to get likes and using him as a way to get likes on TikTok. What I was seeing a while ago. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those situations where you got to know the difference. Some people don't. Some people do. It is what it is. That's how the world works. There's a bunch of evil things going around in this world right now, but it's gotten worse. We didn't think it could get worse, and you think I would think that the coronavirus will have people out here food because we didn't work through it because people are unemployed. But like how do I explain? Like basically, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Like people were still allowed to go to grocery stores, just like go get stuff they need. They just closed down certain stores, like in regard of like quarantining and like getting stuff you need. It's not like they closed down everything to where you couldn't get like stuff you need to survive. That makes any sense. So you had to go rob people, right? Because at first I was thinking that's what quarantine was gonna do to people, right? But no, it's the death of George Floyd that did that to people, and not even the death. It's just like an excuse, which I think is the dumbest part of it. Because people aren't even gonna call anybody out, and they're trying to make it seem as if it's only black people vandalizing police property and stuff like that. But actually, there are reports of more like white, just as like some white people, like white people are doing it too. So that's another aspect to how the media try to paint us black people, you know. And it's like all lives, like people like say like all lives matter, which is true, but all lives won't matter until black lives matter. You know what I'm saying? Like black lives matter doesn't mean like only our lives matter. You know what I'm saying? It means that we're basically saying that our lives, we're trying to like we're trying to tell like we're trying to say that our lives matter too. Not like our lives only matter exclusively just us, but like all like collectively like our lives matter, like because we're being treated in America, being a black man in America, you know, a black person, we get treated like our lives don't matter at all, or like we're completely irrelevant to the world. You know what I'm saying? Like we could just be killed off. Like our life, like the life, like the value of a black person's life has diminished, appreciated. Like it's drastically on now. Like literally, we get killed like roaches. You know what I mean? Like we get killed like insects. Like these people like literally are out here killing innocent black people and then waking up the next day like just like okay, like you know, like for no reason at all, just because of the fact they want to. And the people doing these riots aren't making it better because they're destroying community innocents. I heard some died. I don't know if they did, but I'm assuming like innocents are out here dying because you think that, or because you either think that this is a form of protest and then things are going to change, which is not. It's only making things worse. As y'all see from that clip that my friend had sent me, things are getting worse now. That's for some cities. Like they're out here firing at people for literally looking at them. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like the world we live in right now is like so broken. Like, like man, like this is the coronavirus and the protesters. The thing with the protesters is like no, I don't think anybody's really thought of this. But if you think about it, we have a coronavirus going around, right? Very easily spreadable virus, right? We have tons of people, hundreds of people, groups together, breaking stuff, getting cuts, obviously, because you know you break stuff, punching people. You know, like people are getting hurt and stuff. Blood is spreading, germs are spreading. They have masks on, obviously, but I'm saying still stuff can still spread. So now the virus will most likely spread even more, making that matter worse. Like ignorant people just bring us all down, and those type of people are what make people make depict black people as worse than what they are. Like you can't even be black anymore and just coexist with anybody else if you're in America. You know, anywhere else, I don't know how it works. You know, because I'm not from anywhere else. Like literally, is at the point where a black person has to contemplate whether they want to take a jog, go on a walk, whether they want to do this, do that. When they get pulled over by cops, you're like, oh, could this be my last? You know what I'm saying? Like stuff you other races don't contemplate, but we shouldn't have to contemplate also. Like no human should have to contemplate that just for simply, I'm gonna walk out. Like this man of mine, I'm gonna walk out. I'm gonna go on a jog, right? I'm gonna go on a jog and I'm gonna just get shot, you know, or I'm gonna just get killed for absolutely no reason because the cops thought I had a warrant or some excuse that they made for killing. And it's crazy because the cops can be proven completely guilty, but they get like 10 years worth of jail time, or they get barely in jail, or they don't even get put in jail at all. Like let me tell you that if the roles of George Floyd were reversed, like let's say George Floyd was white, the cops were black, the cops would have been in jail literally immediately after the situation, like not even waiting. But they literally took them like $80 in decades to decide to arrest these cops, and not even like arrest for life, like for a few years. Maybe they arrest, I don't know, it might be updated. It said before, this is from like what I like the situation prior. So things could be changed by now. I really don't know. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be too drastic and say something crazy, but I feel like at this point the world's kind of in an it's in like an apocalyptic form. Like people are out here murdering each, or not. Well, I mean, people been murdered, but you know, like people are out here burning stuff down, like destroying buildings, burning down Targets, Wendy's, all that stuff, and like literally going back stealing. There's a whole like disease. Like I don't know if I already briefed that because I forgot. I probably edit this whole part out if that's the case, but. Like, but literally out of all the years of my life, like 2020 is probably the worst one worldwide, like worldwide matter. And honestly, If the coronavirus weren't here, it'd just be the riots, you know. But the riots are still like the riots make the coronavirus look like nothing right now because people are disregarding the whole entire virus and going out rioting and stuff, risking getting the virus, like not even thinking about it, you know, just off the sake of, oh, I'm gonna steal this, or I did want that Gucci bag and you know I ain't got the money for it, but people are breaking into the Gucci store, so you know, let me go buy, let me instead of buying it, instead of working hard and buying it. Because here's the thing, you don't unless they're planning to resell it, which still is wrong. Like, what are you being like so material? Like, people can be so materialistic sometimes. Like, you can't even you can barely pay your rent, but you want to buy a Gucci bag. Like you know, like you barely can pay bills, or you slack on child support, or you slack on a bunch of other responsibilities you have as a person, human being, man, woman, whatever in general. But you feel the need that you want this Gucci bag, and then not even that, you're gonna steal it. Like you're gonna steal a bag, or you can steal from people. I don't know. I just personally felt like, even though I don't have a community, like I have like a little bit of people on, like at least 200 of y'all. 200 of y'all are on here, so like maybe inactive or not. Like I hopefully like I was just hoping like to try to spread it to like the large community I have on social media, which is YouTube. It's 200 people, so like I thought at least like I could spread somewhere, or my opinion, to try to spread the message. I feel like it's wrong for me not to if I have a platform. Like it'd be different. I had no subscribers, right? I have some people on here, so I mean, for me, it makes sense for me to only try to go out here and try to say what I want to, spread the word of what I think. And honestly, like in short terms, cause I'm not trying to ramble too long, but like in a sense, like my friend said, I'm not even gonna take credit because I didn't even think of this. My friend, like what I said earlier, my friend says literally all lives cannot matter till Black lives matter also, and that's facts. Because how do all lives matter if Black lives don't? You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, I just want to get that, say what I wanted to say. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to offend. If I offend, honestly, the only people I could really offend, because I was trying to be, I'm being careful with my word. Like the only person I could really offend is somebody racist, which I could care less. Like if you're racist, just dislike the video, get off the page. I don't care what you do. You know what I'm saying? Go do whatever you feel like you want to do. You know, I really don't care at the end of the day. But I try to just kind of put my take on the situation of what's going on over the world right now, like concerning really more so like not really the virus as much, but more so George Floyd, the protesting and the violent outrages. As I said before, I just wanted to just throw my take in there. This might be sloppy. I'm editing and stuff to like make sure it's clean and concise. But like my wording might be sloppy because it's kind of like I'm not gonna write a script for this because like then I'll just be darn on screen. Like I don't write a script for any videos. Like it's just weird, like reading. So I'm just like expressing my thoughts. I'm just piecing it together. So hopefully this wasn't too confusing. Hopefully I didn't jump topics too much. But y'all get the point I'm trying to essentially make. It's like ridiculous at this point how America always tries to antagonize only Black people when there's white people rioting. There's white cops killing us. Like, like all this stuff going on, they try to only antagonize us. And they think we're antagonizing cops to an extent. Thank y'all for tuning in. Whoever watched this video, just share it. Like, don't even like. I don't have any satisfaction of getting a like from this type of video or this video period. But all I ask is that you just comment your thoughts and share it with somebody else and do whatever you need to do. You know what I mean? Just get it out to as many people as possible. Like I normally don't push self promo advertisement. Like I normally don't push any of this type of stuff, but in this occasion, I would just like you to. That'd be much appreciated. Anybody who sees the video, make sure to share it. Comment on it, your take. But yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one, man. See y'all in the next gameplay video. Next video is gonna be a gameplay, I'm sure. So I'll see y'all in my next video, man. Thank you for watching.